Why don't we start off with this latest news about the U.S. and Mexico possibly reaching a deal when it comes to the steel and aluminum tariffs between us and Mexico? What would that mean for your business, specifically for supplying the U.S. market with products from Mexico?
Well, for us, I mean, we have a big operations in the U.S. and we have sites in 17 different states in the U.S. and more than 6,000 employees in the manufacturing part of the aluminum value chain. So most of what we do for the U.S. market is produced within the U.S. for U.S. customers. I think when it comes to the tariffs and the trade in general, it's mostly all the uncertainty and the changes that is the main concern for us, especially when it comes to the demand side and the customers.
So the trade group for steel and aluminum producers has come out and says the U.S. is a net importer. We consume more than we actually produce here. So you're saying most of what you sell here in the U.S., you produce here in the U.S., but obviously you want your company to grow. How sustainable is that long term, and how do tariffs impact your ability to invest, CapEx investments on production, and also just to grow your sales?
No, so the 232 tariffs, they have a major impact on the aluminum market in the U.S. So now with the 50% duty announced a few days back, all of that has now been fully priced into the aluminum price into the market. So we see a massive increase in aluminum prices for our U.S. operations. But the metal price is a pass-through cost going through to our customers. So our company is quite well protected from all the changes, but we are really concerned related to our customers and the demand longer term when it comes to the cost for aluminum into the U.S. market. All
right, we're just showing some of your customers, a lot of European automakers. Do you also sell into the China market? And what are you seeing there? We've heard a lot of talk about, manufacturing facilities basically shutting down because of the tariffs. Give us some insight. Do you have customers there, and what's demand like there? Give us just kind of a window into what's going on there.
Yeah, so we have customers globally. So we have some small operations in China, we have big operations in Europe and the US. And generally, we see uncertainty in the automotive industry at all three continents.
Even in China?
Even in China.
Okay.
So the trade war is definitely impacting the automotive industry, which is an important customer segment for our company.
So is demand softening? Because, I mean, we just had one of our colleagues do a story about the EV market in China right now, saying there might be a crisis. So is demand softening when it comes to China automobiles, U.S. automobiles, and European automobiles? And if so, what's the is it uncertainty, or is it simply just less demand consumers? I mean, give us a sense.
So for the automotive industry, we have seen slowing demand from the automotive industry going into this year compared to last year. So there seems to be some slowing demand, but it's not falling off a cliff. It's more like a softening demand from the automotive industry. But I think for the whole automotive industry, it's all the changes when it comes to tariffs that means a lot of reshuffling of the production capacity globally to optimize around the tariffs that is creating uncertainty and also a lot of changes to the global supply chains.
All right, bring it home for us. Where do you see prices going from here? Are prices going to continue to go up if these tariffs are left in place? And then how does that work for your business? We saw that you did a temporary hiring freeze, but that was mostly white-collar workers. It wasn't the people that actually make the products that you sell.
No, so for our market, we had been hoping for a recovery in the aluminum market this year, especially going into second half with lower interest rates. And now with the uncertainty we see in the market, we are probably postponing that recovery in the market. So we are concerned about demand in second half, but we are still producing for our customers. Right. And pricing-wise, it's mostly the customer and the end consumer that is carrying the increased cost of aluminum, and not so much Hydro as a company.
So you kind of pass it along.
Yes, it's a pass-through cost.
So we're probably going to see it. I mean, whether it's beer cans, automobiles, it's going to probably get passed along to us, the consumer.
Yes, I think that is very likely. And that is a concern when it comes to the competitiveness of aluminum for the consumers and also for the long-term demand for aluminum in the U.S.